So here we are in Evergreen, Alabama. The final resting place of John Alonzo and Annie Mae Kitchens. John Alonzo, went by the name Lon, and anyway, they lived in Evergreen for a while. They buried one of their children here, Walter J. Kitchens, born May 4th, 1903, and died September 5th, 1906. And his epitaph is, "Our darling born home by angels' hands." And so he was only 3 years old when he passed away, and they have another son that's buried here, and he was 58 years old when he died, and I believe he died in a car accident. This is Oliver Frank Kitchens Sr., and he was born April 14th, 1901, and died July 16th, 1959. Annie Mae, her maiden name was Pierce, and we'll go see her mother's burial place at Porter Cemetery, and there's also another infant child from John Alonzo and Annie Mae at the Porter Cemetery. There's Kitchens, Pierce, Musgroves. I apologize. Annie Mae was not Pierce. She was a Musgrove, so it's Annie Mae Musgrove. She was, her mother's maiden name, or married name was, or maiden name was Pierce. And at Porter Cemetery, there's the Porters, Pierce, Musgrove, and Kitchens in that cemetery. And that's over west of here in Monroeville area. And we're also going to go to Excel, Alabama, where John Alonzo's father and my third great-grandfather is buried. But John Alonzo and Annie Mae, these are my second great-grandparents. And we're here in Evergreen on Highway 84. That's the old Evergreen High School. And then right across here is the Evergreen, Connecticut County Veterans Memorial. And you know, it's a pretty busy road. It's kind of quiet right at the moment, but it's a small, well, not real small, it's a pretty big city cemetery here, but we're right here. And I remember Daddy telling me about this place. Anyway, I remember my dad telling me about this cemetery. You know, he came to this funeral with, you know, with Nani, our grandmother, and his dad, and I'm sure Aunt Bert was there too. They were all kids back then, but he told me about coming to this cemetery for the funeral, and he had described it to me, and Daddy was very detailed when he would tell a story, and he had told me about this cemetery and described it to me, and years later I was driving by. I was driving a truck back then, and I was driving by this area, and I saw the high school, and then I saw the cemetery, and I pulled my truck off the road, and I walked up the hill, and I came directly to the grave of John Alonzo and Annie Mae, off of what my dad had told me. And he had told me about these other cemeteries too, and you know, how he went with his mom and his grandmother Annie Mae to the Porter Cemetery, and he had described where that was. So it was just a neat thing to happen, you know, is to go off, you know, what my dad had told me, and find my way back. But Marcia's down here waiting for me in the car, and we're fixing to head over to Musgrove, and I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks.